Hey everyone, Nick here from TechRadar, and today we're looking at the Roborock S5 robot vacuum cleaner. Now, robot vacuum cleaners are a really cool thing to have because they make cleaning a lot easier. You can simply set them up, put them in a schedule, and on a daily basis, they can vacuum your carpets and keep them nice and clean. Now, traditionally, robot vacuum cleaners are actually a little bit expensive, but the Roborock S5 is actually a very affordable model. Now, this one comes on Amazon.com for about $546. You can also find it on Souk.com for about 1,600 dirhams. Now, comparatively, with the same features, the iRobot Roomba, which is a very popular mainstream robot vacuum cleaner brand, with the same features will set you back about $899 or about 4,000 dirhams. So that's a lot of money to spend on a robot vacuum cleaner. So if you've been dying to get one of these and you just scared off by the price, then this is something you should definitely be looking at. Now, some quick things you need to know about this one is the Roborock S5, you can see has a little bit dome. This is actually a laser guided system that spins 5 times per second to scan its environment, and it creates a virtual map of the area that it's vacuuming. So for example, I'm using this at home. Within the app, I actually have a full scan of my apartment, and I can see exactly where the robot has been, which areas it's cleaned, and it really is a cool way to get a snapshot of how effective the cleaning system is for the Roborock S5. Now, the beauty of having it scan your apartment or scan your space is that you can then divide the map into various zones. So for example, if you've got a scan of your house and you just want the Roborock S5 to clean the kitchen, you can literally just drag a rectangle on the kitchen area of the map, hit clean, and the Roborock will automatically leave its dock, head to the kitchen area, finish cleaning there, and then head back. So it's a very intuitive, very easy way to have full control of the cleaning that goes on within your home. And the other cool thing about the Roborock S5 is it comes with this. It's a mopping attachment, and what you do, it's basically a washable mop attachment here that you can attach to the robot. You just slap on one of these microfiber cloths, you fill the tank with water, and then all you do is you slip it underneath the back of the Roborock S5, it snaps in place, and you set it to mop, and it basically mops your entire space. The other cool thing about this particular attachment is it's fully washable, so when the time comes, you can simply just peel this bit off, throw it in the washing machine for a couple of cycles, and away you go. It's a very cool attachment to have with this particular device because most vacuum cleaners only do vacuuming, they don't do mopping. So if you need something that does both, then this is one thing to look at. I will elaborate a little bit more on the mopping quality in a little bit, but we're still gonna look at one cool feature of the Roborock, which is if you open the lid here, you can see that there's the actual bin where all of the garbage collects, and right next to that they've actually given you a little brush that you can use to clean the underside of the vacuum cleaner, and there's also a small blade at the edge which will let you kind of get rid of any tangled fibers and stuff like that. So it makes cleaning a lot easier than if you were to try and find one of these if it wasn't attached to the actual device. The Roborock S5 will clean like tiled areas, low pile to medium pile carpets, and when it detects that it's actually on carpet, the suction automatically increases to really get into the fibers of the carpet and suck out any dust and dirt. So it's super effective on carpet as well. I did have a couple of issues when it was on high pile carpet. So if you've got carpet that's quite thick, or I have a fake fur carpet at home, it did get stuck on that and basically stopped cleaning. So you will have to manually sort of remove it if it gets stuck on that. One cool thing you can do on the app is you can basically indicate no cleaning zones. So for the area of my apartment that has that rug, I basically outlined on the app and told it, which basically tells the vacuum cleaner, don't clean this area. So the vacuum cleaner simply just goes around it and it continues to clean anywhere else in the apartment. So that's a cool feature to have. There's also something called a barrier tape within the app. Again, so if you want to section off a particular room or you don't want it to enter beyond a particular space, you simply draw a line and then that becomes a virtual wall for the Roborock S5 and it won't clean beyond that point. Now, obviously, some of the things I liked about the Roborock S5 was that it was really effective at cleaning because of the way that it meticulously maps out your space and follows every single bit of the area it's outlined. You can pretty much ensure a very effective cleaning cycle. With my previous iRobot Roomba, it was an older model and it would take about 45 to 50 minutes to clean my entire apartment, which is about 600 square feet. With the Roborock S5, it could do the same thing in about 27 minutes, simply because it knew which areas it had cleaned before and it didn't find a need to do over those areas a second time. So it was very effective on a first clean of the apartment. The second good thing about it is obviously you have a mapping within the app, so you can indicate zones, you can tell it to basically do over other areas of your apartment multiple times if you want to deep clean, and it just makes it a lot more intuitive to do via the app. The last thing that was obviously very good about it is its price. At $546, it's a lot more affordable than paying $899 for an iRobot Roomba. So again, if you've always been put off by the price of these devices, then the Roborock S5 makes it very, very affordable. Now, some things I didn't like about it, funnily enough, was the mopping function. Now, all this really does is basically drags a wet cloth across your floor, which isn't very effective at actually cleaning it. I mean, you could basically do the same thing, just putting a sort of like a mop or a wet cloth on the ground and just dragging it with your feet will be exactly the same thing. The other thing to note about using this mopping attachment is that when it's attached to the vacuum cleaner, the vacuum cleaner doesn't stop when it reaches carpet. So if you have mixed use spaces in your apartments, you've got tiles in one area or carpets in the other, the Roborock S5 is going to go through all of them with the mopping attachment, which is a little bit upsetting because you don't want any water coming on your carpets, but the vacuum cleaner unfortunately doesn't have any way to differentiate when it's on carpet to stop mopping and turn around. And lastly, this is more of like a software thing, but the app that I was using on Android was a little bit buggy. So there are a few times where I was using it and it would crash or would pop out, or I was trying to access some of the functions of the vacuum cleaner and it would freeze up. So I think it's more of a stability issue with the app. So hopefully that's something that Roborock will be addressing in the near future. As always, you can click on the link in the description below to read the full review on techradar.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with all of our new videos.